You have no idea how powerful you truly are. But the problem is you don't believe it. You've spent so much time doubting yourself that you've convinced yourself you're not good enough. But let me ask you something. Where did that belief come from? Who planted that thought in your mind? Because I promise you, you were not born thinking you were incapable. You were not born doubting your own potential. Somewhere along the way, someone made you believe you weren't enough. Maybe it was society, maybe it was your environment, maybe it was even your own family. But none of that matters anymore. What matters is that you have accepted a false narrative about yourself, and it's time to change it. You look at others who have succeeded and you think they are different from you, that they have something special, something you lack. But do you want to know the truth? The only thing they had that you don't is belief. They believed in themselves before anyone else did. They refused to let doubt stop them. They refused to let fear dictate their choices. And that's why they made it. It wasn't luck. It wasn't fate. It was a decision. A decision to silence the voice of doubt and keep going no matter what. But what do? You hesitate, you second guess yourself. Every time you get an opportunity, you start listing all the reasons why you're not ready, why you're not qualified, why you might fail. You're so afraid of failure that you don't even give yourself a chance to win. And that is the saddest thing, because you're not even losing to someone else. You're losing to yourself. You are the only thing standing in your way. Not your circumstances, not your past, not your resources. You. You have to understand that self-doubt is a lie. It is a programmed belief, something you've been taught, not something that is real. And if you were taught to doubt yourself, that means you can also unlearn it. You can train your mind to see your power instead of your flaws. But that will never happen as long as you keep feeding the doubt. You feed it every time you let fear stop you, every time you talk yourself out of something, every time you compare yourself to others and assume they are better than you. That stops today. The difference between people who make it and people who don't is not intelligence, talent, or luck, it's mindset. The most successful people in the world, they weren't the smartest, they weren't the most talented, but they had the audacity to believe in themselves. They looked at their dreams and said, why not me? And that's exactly what you need to start doing. Instead of thinking about everything that could go wrong, start asking yourself, what if it works out? What if I actually succeed? What if I am capable? You have to stop letting negative thoughts control your life. The voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough, that's not your voice. That's the voice of every insecurity, every fear, every doubt that was placed on you. And guess what? You don't have to listen to it anymore. You get to choose a new voice, a stronger voice, a voice that tells you that you are powerful beyond measure, a voice that reminds you that you are capable, that you are worthy, that you can do this. Your potential is limitless, but you will never see it if you keep doubting yourself. You have wasted enough time questioning your abilities. It's time to make a decision. You either let doubts win or you take control. And if you really want the life you dream of, if you really want to be successful, there's only one option: believe in yourself and take action. Success is not a mystery. It's not reserved for a chosen few. It's not something that happens by chance or luck. It is the result of relentless action, repeated day after day until there is no option but to succeed. People love to romanticize success as if it's something magical, as if only certain people are worthy of achieving it. But the truth is, the people who make it are not any more special than you. They just refuse to quit. They did what most people are too afraid to do. They kept going, even when it was hard, even when they had every excuse to stop. Most people look at successful individuals and assume they had some kind of advantage. Maybe they were born with talent, maybe they had the right connections, maybe things just worked out for them. But what they fail to see is the work, the long nights, the sacrifices, the discipline, the failures they had to push through. Because here's the reality. Every single successful person you admire has failed. They have faced rejection, they have doubted themselves, they have struggled. The difference is they kept moving forward. You, on the other hand, hesitate. You wait for motivation, you wait for the perfect time, but that's the problem. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes. If you only take action when you feel motivated, you will never achieve anything significant. The most successful people in the world don't rely on motivation. They rely on discipline. They show up every day, whether they feel like it or not. And that is the secret. Consistency beats talent every single time. You have to stop expecting success to come easy. You have to stop looking for shortcuts. The only way to get what you want is through effort. Real, consistent effort. And effort doesn't mean working hard for a few days and then giving up because you don't see results. It means showing up again and again, even when nothing seems to be happening, even when it feels like you're failing, because success is not about quick wins. It's about long-term commitment. Look around you. Most people give up too soon. They try something for a little while, and when it doesn't work immediately, they quit. And then they convince themselves that success is impossible, that they weren't meant for it. But they were never failing because they weren't capable. They were failing because they weren't consistent. The people who succeed are not the ones who never struggle. They are the ones who refuse to stop. And this applies to everything in life, whether it's your career, your fitness, your personal growth. If you are not consistent, you will never see results. Think about it. If you went to the gym once a week and expected to be in the best shape of your life, you would be delusional. But that's exactly how most people approach their goals. They put in minimal effort and expect massive results. And when they don't see progress, they assume it's impossible instead of realizing they simply didn't put in the work long enough to see the payoff. This is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. The ones who make it understand that the process is just as important as the outcome. They don't complain about how long it takes. They do the work over and over again because they know that the moment they stop, they lose. And you need to understand that you are no different. You have the same ability to succeed, but it will never happen if you are not willing to put in the effort. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop expecting things to be easy. Success is simple, but it is not easy. You just have to be the person who refuses to stop, no matter what. Because if you do that, if you commit fully and keep taking action, success will have no choice but to be yours. You are waiting for the right moment, the perfect opportunity, the feeling of being ready. But let me tell you something, you will never feel ready. And that is exactly why most people never take action. They keep telling themselves, not now, maybe later. I need to prepare more. I need to feel confident first. But later turns into never. Because the truth is, if you don't start now, you probably never will. Think about it. Every single person who has achieved something great started before they felt ready. They didn't have all the answers. They didn't know if they were going to succeed. They didn't have everything figured out, but they moved anyway, because if they had waited, they would still be stuck exactly where they started. And that's what most people don't understand. You don't start when you're ready, you start to become ready. Read that again. Confidence doesn't come before action. Confidence comes from action. You don't wake up one day magically feeling capable. You build that feeling by doing, by pushing yourself, by failing, by learning, by growing. Every time you take action, you prove to yourself that you are capable. And the more you prove it, the stronger your confidence becomes. But what do most people do? They sit in fear, they overthink, they doubt themselves so much that they never even give themselves a chance to succeed. And then they wonder why they feel stuck. You are stuck because you refuse to move. You are stuck because you keep waiting for a feeling that will never come. Do you think the most successful people in the world felt ready when they started? Do you think they had zero fear? Absolutely not. They felt the fear and they did it anyway. And that is exactly why they succeeded. Because they understood something most people don't. Fear is normal. Doubt is normal. Uncertainty is normal. But those things are not excuses to stay where you are. They are signals that you are stepping into something bigger than yourself. And that is a good thing. That is how you grow. The reason you feel like you're not ready is because your brain is trying to protect you. It sees change as a threat. It wants to keep you safe, comfortable in the same routine, in the same habits. But guess what? Comfort is the enemy of growth. If you stay in your comfort zone, you will stay exactly where you are. You will keep watching other people succeed while you sit there convincing yourself you're not ready yet. So when will you be ready? When will you finally decide that you have wasted enough time, that you have spent enough days, months, even years holding yourself back? Because at some point you have to realize that no one is coming to push you, no one is going to force you to take action, no one is going to give you permission. That is something you have to give yourself. Look around. The people who are living the life you want, they are not any better than you. They are not more deserving. They are not more talented. They just started. They made the decision. They didn't know how everything would work out, but they trusted themselves enough to take the first step. And that's all you need to do. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to know exactly how it will happen. You just need to take that first step. Because once you do, the path will start revealing itself. You will learn, you will grow, and you will become stronger with every action you take. But if you keep waiting, you will stay exactly where you are. And one day you will look back and realize that the only thing that stopped you was your own hesitation. Do not let that happen. Move now. Start now. Because ready or not, the time is passing anyway. The question is, are you going to use it or waste it? You have been playing small for too long. You have convinced yourself that you are just average, that you are not meant for something greater. But deep down, you know that's a lie. You feel it, don't you? That voice inside you telling you that you were meant for more. That feeling in your gut that refuses to go away. The one that whispers, this is not it. You were made for more than that. But instead of listening to that voice, you silence it. You bury it under self-doubt, under fear, under the belief that you are not capable. And where has that gotten you? You are still stuck, still watching others live the life you want, still waiting for something to change. But nothing will change unless you decide to change. You were not put on this earth to be mediocre. You were not meant to live a small life filled with regrets, settling for less than what you truly desire. But you keep making excuses. You tell yourself, it's not the right time. I don't have the resources. What if I fail? But let me tell you something. The people who have succeeded had every reason to quit, but they didn't. They had doubts, they had obstacles, but they refuse to let those things define them. And that is the difference between those who win and those who don't. You have to stop playing small. You have to stop letting fear control you. Because the truth is, you are powerful beyond measure. You have everything inside you to succeed, but if you do not use it, if you do not step up, you will never see what you are truly capable of. Think about this. What if you went all in? What if for once in your life you stopped doubting yourself and just decided to believe? What if you woke up tomorrow and told yourself, I am done playing small. I am done settling. I am going to become the person I was meant to be. What would happen if you actually committed? Most people never commit. They stay comfortable. They avoid challenges, they shrink themselves to fit into places they have outgrown, and then they wonder why they feel unfulfilled, why they are unhappy. You are unhappy because you are not living up to your full potential. You are unhappy because deep down you know you are capable of more, but you are too afraid to go after it. But what is the alternative? Staying in the same place forever? Waking up every day knowing that you could have done more, but you chose not to? Watching others chase their dreams while you sit on the sidelines, wishing you had the courage to do the same, that is not living, that is existing. And you are not meant to just exist, you were meant to thrive. No more playing small, no more waiting, no more settling. You are more powerful than you think, and it's time to start acting like it. Stop making excuses, stop doubting yourself, stop letting fear win. Because if you don't take control of your life, someone else will. And they will use your time, your energy, and your potential for their benefit, not yours. You have everything you need within you, the talent, intelligence, the strength, it is all there. But if you don't use it, if you don't step up, if you don't push yourself, you will never see what you are truly capable of. And that would be the biggest waste of all. So make a decision. Right now, are you going to keep playing small, or are you going to claim the life you were meant to live? Because the only thing standing between you and the life you want is you.